I am your host, Bob, along with Jeremiah, aka Jerry. And we got a special guest today, Amy Hensarling, on, who has her own awesome podcast called Watch This List. And we are going to talk about midnight movies because Amy had just concluded or is continuing her program on midnight movies, interviewing different people. I was on a recent episode talking about Nightmare Weekend. So Amy is here to talk midnight movies. And Amy, say hello.
Hello. Thank you so much for having me. I am very honored, and I have never been on this side of the platform, so I'm excited that I don't have to facilitate. It's nice to be the
Hmm.
subject instead of the host.
Yeah, I was saying earlier, it's like Amy has the window seat.
I have the
Yeah.
window seat. We we have determined that Jerry over here is in the middle, and then
Hmm.
Bob is on the aisle just in case he needs to get away very quickly.
Yeah, a lot of bathroom breaks, stuff like
Hmm.
that.
Right.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I have the view.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
So speaking of which, because I feel like that's a good segue, Amy,
Mm,
you've now done 10 episodes of your podcast focusing on midnight movies. Which prior
mm,
you did have Watch This List, which was a different guest on each episode doing 5 movies, based around a
mhm.
theme. But now you've done this new series on midnight movies, and how's it going? Like, how was it?
Uh, so this was called Insomnia Cinema, and, I originally had the idea to do it because I was trying to get myself into a different genre, basically.
Hmm.
Like I did last year with Horror Month, I did, a horror movie every day of October. I did 31 horror films,
Sweet.
and I'm not a horror person, so that was really fun.
Hmm.
And then, Letterboxd is largely horror fans, I would say. I mean, wouldn't you,
Yeah.
Bob? Like, o
Yeah.
Does
overall,
does feel that
y
way.
it does
Mhm.
it feels like it's a lot of dude energy and a lot of scary
Oh.
movie energy, which is fine, it's not
Yeah.
bad. But,
It's bad when those things are combined, though.
yeah,
Right?
because then you get Bob over here. Um,
Whoa!
I'm just kidding,
Hey,
I'm just kidding. This is going really
Amy.
well.
Wow. Excuse me, stewardess, this woman in the window seat. Take
Needs
care
to
of
be
her.
ejected.
Yes.
Um,
Or I should say
so
steward. Sorry.
sorry, flight
Yeah.
attendant
Yeah.
Bob.
Flight attendant. Yeah. Yeah. I got to get back to the 2023.
PC. But yeah, Insomnia Cinema was really fun. I feel like a lot of people you can actually tell me what you think about this, Bob. I think
Hmm.
you'd agree with me on the down low. I think a lot of people did not choose actual midnight movies for their movies.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that has also been kind of an interesting thing of because I didn't know enough about the genre to say that's not a midnight movie, pick something else. So I
Hmm.
ended up with a lot of things that it was like, is this a midnight movie? That was kind of ended up being the vibe where it was like
Hmm.
we're actually trying to determine how
Yeah.
midnight something is.
Well, it does seem like it's more of a vibe than a genre, right? Which is something that I was
Mm,
kind of trying to tap into with my episode of like how it's sort of like it's sort of reaching these certain criterias, you know?
right. Yeah, you're kind of trying to define it along the way, but I feel like some of them were just action movies. And they weren't
Yeah.
necessarily.
Yeah, I think if anything, like the closest genre you could apply to it be exploitation. And even exploitation
Mm,
cinema is more defined, at least from what I understand, as like the means of production or the like the way it's distributed as opposed to the actual genre per se. So like a lot of times exploitation films can be like super trashy, or they can be more like, like a horror film or an action film, but really I think they're almost like independent films produced for like a certain type of audience. And I
right.
think that that's when I was doing my fact looking up on Wikipedia about midnight movies, how like basically midnight movies started as essentially like B movies and exploitation films playing on TV at midnight.
Okay. I thought it had something more to do with, like, actual cinema, like, going to the cinema at midnight. Is it not that?
Oh yeah, yeah. I'm just saying, like I guess the genealogy, if that's the right term for it, was
Mm,
basically it started, on TV as these B movies being distributed, finally on TV past midnight. And past midnight was the time when basically like the censorship, what is it called? I'm looking at my
Jeopardy theme
notes.
song.
FCC, the
Mhm,
FCC,
mhm.
which I think is American thing. So you guys should have had my back on that. Thanks a lot. I am Canadian. I don't know this terminology like you
You
do.
Jerry's
you
fault.
did good, Bob.
Jerry, yeah. But yeah, the FCC, uh, basically, if a movie is played at midnight, it would hopefully be exempt from the same standards as like an earlier film would be by the FCC. So that's how a lot of these B movies played at midnight. And to me, that kind of, I guess, sort of set a path of how like the midnight movie is a film that's going to defy any kind of censorship. I think I was saying that like to me a midnight movie is something that's like transgressive,
Yes, I was gonna say
or yeah.
transgressive. Yeah,
So yeah, I don't know, that's a long tangent. I
No,
should point out that we're doing this kind of late, so
no, I agree with you, and I think that maybe some of the picks were a little more innocent in that sense, and a little
yeah.
more safe,
Yeah.
than otherwise, which was probably better for me because if I had been inundated with true midnight movies the entire time, I would have watched probably more than I cared to.
yeah.
So,
I think
I
Yeah.
kinda agree.
a lot of the those midnight movies, they're like more counterculture kind of stuff. You know what I mean? You kind of
Mm.
Mm.
have to like just completely veer off the beaten path, and if it's something that like I feel like if it's something like you can ask somebody and there's a good chance they've seen it, it's probably not a midnight movie.
Mm.
At
Hmm.
least when it was released. You know what I mean? It's not something that's just everyone's going to see this thing.
Well,
Yeah.
Jerry, what would you say is the difference between, like, a midnight movie or a cult classic then?
I think a midnight movie can be a cult classic, but
Mm,
not all cult classics are midnight movies.
Hmm.
intriguing.
Well, I think with cult classics, it's more a matter of the film coming out and not doing well, and then receiving like a stronger reception outside of the initial distribution of the film. So that's when I don't know, like that's kind of how
I no
I've
no
always understand it.
I agree with you. And actually, I'm not going to jump ahead, but my midnight movie, my favorite one, fits both of those. It's one that
Hmm.
didn't do well at all. Matter of fact, it's a kind of a sad story. I'll say it when we get there, but now it's kind of found its an audience.
Right. Right.
Today, it's kind of been rediscovered, and it has its audience already. Um, However small it is, but I guess passionate enough that now they stuck this thing out on a Blu-ray. The one I'm talking about is Forbidden Zone, by the way, and
Oh, okay.
yeah,
Oh,
and
okay.
that.
That was a midnight movie when
Hmm.
I looked up like the big ones from the 70s. That
Yep,
was definitely in there. So
yep.
yeah. But it's interesting, like kind of looking up the examples of 70s midnight movies. A lot of them were ones that came out and then achieved midnight movie status like years after
Hmm.
that they were released. So I think that does kind of play into the whole idea of like the cult classic kind of phenomenon in a way, is that it's achieving like success outside of when it was actually distributed or initially distributed.
I think
So
it. I think
Yeah, it's like sleeper hit.
yeah.
I
yeah,
think
that's another way of putting
that's
it.
another way
Yeah.
of putting it. Yeah. Sorry, Jerry, go
No,
ahead.
no, that's fine. No, I was just gonna say, yeah, they eventually find their niche. So
Hmm.
Right.
and in this case, it's at midnight, in a filthy theater or something. So
Yeah.
it's like kind of like how the Rocky Horror Picture Show is, like, uh,
And
Another midnight movie.
Eraserhead.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
Eraserhead
Exactly.
is
Yeah.
that's a
another one.
tradition that continues on to this day. So
Right.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Have you guys ever been to a midnight movie screening before?
yes,
Yes, but not for a midnight movie.
Oh well, you
I've been
know.
at midnight, but not for a true
yeah, I
midnight
was gonna say
movie.
same thing. I've not
Yeah.
for a
Yeah,
midnight
I've
movie, but
right.
uh,
But
yeah.
premieres,
Amy,
you know.
do you know about Enzion Theater in Orlando?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
So they do like midnight screenings for midnight movies
Mm.
often. You know, like they just had Forbidden Zone playing. Like
Did you go?
no, I missed it. It was actually funny enough. It was
Oh.
the same night, Bob, that my short film Wasted Potential premiered. So
Oh, damn.
I was
Oh,
watching that. You know, I was like participating in that, and then by the time it was
Yeah.
over, you know, it was I'm like, all right, I'm not going to this thing. I
that is
already have,
just that is an
Mm.
acceptable reason
That's
not to go.
yeah,
that's like
That
the
is a
best
cool
reason.
reason. That's
Yeah.
like the best reason.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but yeah,
yeah.
I'd love to do. I'd definitely love to do Rocky Horror and even cosplay probably as like Frankenfurter or something.
Mm.
Mm,
That'd be.
That would be cool. Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know if I have the
But
legs
yeah.
for it though.
what did you guys both see then at your midnight screenings?
I don't wanna say.
Just say it, whatever. This is no judgment, no judgment.
Infinity War.
What
Infinity War.
is that?
Oh, Marvel.
Yo
Avengers.
Marvel.
Avenge. Oh, okay. I think I knew that. I think I
Yeah.
knew that. I'm
Hey, there's
sorry.
no shame
Yeah,
in that. I saw Endgame.
Jerry's a Marvel fan. That's
Yeah.
right.
and
And I
Endgame,
had almost
and
a religious
Endgame.
experience seeing Endgame with like
Mm,
the opening midnight and everyone's like screaming.
it's a big deal, I have to say. I mean, I don't really champion these
Yeah.
films, but when you go to, like I mean, I used to go to a lot of their
Hmm.
openings, like, I mean, Far From Home and,
Yeah.
Homecoming, and it really is very fun.
Yeah.
Like,
It,
the
it's an
crowd is
experience.
and you have to buy the tickets, like, a month and a half in advance. It's a huge
Yeah.
thing. You have to go to a theater where you can reserve your seat so that you don't have to wait in line for 3 hours.
Mm.
Hmm.
But the energy is,
Yeah. Yeah. It's an event. It's
it's
an event.
fun.
You know.
It's an
Yeah.
yeah.
I think I saw Star Wars Episode 1 Phantom Menace in a kind of similar
Oh, wow.
setting. I was in grade 9 at the time though when that came out, but I
Mm.
think it was like around 11 or 12 at night. And it was like my sister's then boyfriend who got tickets in advance and we had to wait in line for like 5 hours.
Yeah, you
Yeah, it
wait
was
a long
awesome.
time.
Yeah,
So
It's
great
fun,
cool.
time.
though.
That
Yeah.
sounds rad.
Yeah. Those movies are good when you're young, the prequels.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jerry, what was yours?
We saw you know Night of the Creeps on Letterbox.
Oh, I love Night of the Creeps.
Okay,
Oh, the movie or the person?
the member, not the movie.
Oh, the
Yeah.
person, never mind.
I was like, Night of the Creeps, that'd be sweet to see
Yeah,
at
yeah,
midnight.
no, no.
Oh, I love the
Yeah, the
movie.
Oh,
movie's
it's
Yeah,
awesome.
phenomenal.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I saw
thrill me.
Benedetta, the one with the
Verhoeven.
nun.
Oh,
Verhoeven.
sweet.
Yeah, I went
I
with
love that
I went
movie.
with David,
Of
and
course you do,
I
Bob.
saw
What?
yeah,
What do you mean?
yeah at Enzion.
Sorry. Gonna edit that out.
Why are you sorry?
No, it's just I
Amy, we
have this
have a rapport.
I feel like anything that I'm, like, hesitant to like, Bob's like, "I love that fucking movie." So I just feel like
Oh.
I'm like,
I'm
"Of course you like this," because I
oh.
No,
probably
it's,
wouldn't.
yeah,
We're kinda at that
I
level.
swear I'm not a contrarian. I swear.
yeah.
That's not me.
He's a
Mm.
That's not me.
hipster.
I swear I'm
Bob's a
not.
total hipster.
Oh,
No, no, I'm joking.
what?
You're being a
What?
Bob, you're being a contrarian by saying you're not one. Think about it. Think about it.
I don't like
I'm not
that.
a contrarian. Yes, you are. No, I'm not.
Wait, so if I say I'm a contrarian, then I am not a contrarian.
There you go.
Okay, so I have to admit I'm a contrarian to not.
Exactly.
Okay, okay.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Yoda. I
I'll
just
have to
Yoda'd
absorb
the
that.
situation.
when I saw when I saw it at the opening, there was a protest right outside.
What?
Catholics.
Oh
Catholics.
my god, this is
Yeah,
amazing.
I've never
Yeah.
like you know it's one thing you see it always on like TV and then you know on news or
Yeah.
stuff, and we pull up and I'm like, oh my god, there's a whole bunch of people with like picket signs, and me and
Yeah.
David are
What?
like, is this for the movie we're
For
about to see?
real?
And as we got closer, sure enough, I'm like, oh man,
Oh yeah. They were all over that thing.
yeah,
This is the coolest midnight screening I've ever heard of. I'm not gonna lie.
yeah,
You saw Benedetta at midnight with
yeah,
people protesting outside.
yeah,
That's so
yeah,
crazy.
yeah, it was wild,
The
man.
poor Catholics.
What'd you say?
No,
The poor
Oh,
Catholics
I
protesting.
honestly thought you said Netflix. I'm so bad. I'm so sorry.
Oh, no, no, no.
You're like poor
No.
Netflix.
No, the poor
Poor
people
Catholics. Yeah.
trying to, yeah, censor this thing.
I'm like,
Yeah.
it's a true story. Like,
It actually happened, guys. Relax.
treat it like a doc. Not a
Relax.
big deal.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm.
It is a wild movie, and I would say it's, if it wasn't for maybe the intellectual qualities of it, it would be
Somewhat
an
exploited.
appropriate.
You think it?
Oh no,
Oh,
I was gonna say like it would be a midnight movie.
yeah.
I mean, you did see it at midnight, but if it was like, if it was something that came out, you know what? It is like The Devils, and I
Yes.
wonder if The Devils was a midnight movie. You
Mm.
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ken Russell,
Yeah. I
my
saw the
nemesis.
one,
Really interesting.
the 100.
I've only seen a handful of his films,
Did you ever
so
see the uncut version of it?
I don't know what I saw.
Of the Devils, you mean?
Yeah. Yeah. I was
No,
lucky enough to
thank God.
catch the full. I think it's 126 minutes.
That's not that long.
I can't remember what it was. That's probably wrong.
Mm.
But it's one where the footage that was removed was spliced back in, and you can tell. Uh,
Oh, I hate that.
yeah.
Yeah.
And
Mm.
really, I'm like, you weren't really missing anything. It's not. I think
Just like
it was so
4 minutes
hyped up.
of more screaming.
Yeah, it was hyped
Yeah.
up so much. I'm like, I don't know
Orgies.
if it was
Oh
really.
yeah.
Yeah,
3 more orgies. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
more nun
Yeah.
orgies. That's
Yeah.
Nun
yeah.
orgies.
Yeah.
I got my fix with
Yeah.
Benedetta.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I love that
you're a
movie.
little bit on a nun kick, Jerry. I this is alarming. Is there something you need to confess?
Nunsploitation? Yeah.
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 Mm.
The ultimate one is, oh, the title of it is escaping me because I've tried to wipe it from my memory. But my friend Zach in my, I think it was, like, episode 3 of when I was first starting, this was, like, School of the Holy Beast.
Oh, oh my God, the Japanese film.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I watched the episode. It's so funny. That was, I think, maybe the first episode I ever
Mm.
watched of yours, or after Ben's show. And just for the listeners, this is not the Insomnia Cinema
No, this is
show.
just the OG Watch This List,
Right.
yes.
And I
Yes.
remember at first being like, this guy. And then halfway getting through, I'm like, oh shit, I am this guy.
You are Zach
I was like,
Anderson.
I was
Yes.
like, we have the exact same tastes. I should
Yes.
probably meet this guy.
He is so cool, but he is crazy, and I cannot believe he made me watch that movie. I had to get up. Like, I had to
Oh,
pause it and leave and come back when she was getting, like, with the flowers and the when she was, like,
yeah,
being
the
beat
roses. Yeah,
the
yeah.
roses and the vines and stuff, I was like,
That was the
I
part, eh? That was too much for you. That's interesting. Huh.
yeah, well, some of it is so outrageous that it actually like, there's a fine line between torture and where it becomes so ludicrous that you don't feel anything about it,
I see what you're saying. Yeah.
that it's, like, rendered ineffective.
Hmm.
But that part felt very real to
Amy
me.
should watch
Really?
a
Hmm.
Teruo Ishii movie.
I
Yeah.
don't know what that is, but
Like
I'm
What would
afraid to
be the
ask.
Orgies
one?
of Ito, or
Oh, yeah. I was getting my Japanese directors mixed up. Don't watch a
How dare you.
Teruo Ishii film is what I would say.
yeah,
Don't.
Yeah,
yeah. I was
don't.
being
Yeah.
sarcastic. Don't do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jerry was trying to say, "Absolutely not," I hope.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'd
yeah,
stay.
don't watch
Yeah.
I
those
think
movies.
I think in one of my reviews of one of his movies, I think I opened with, "This guy hates women" or something. Like, I can't remember. I was like, he
Promising.
seemed like
Yeah.
really upset, with this one. I can't remember which one. It was particularly nasty. Um,
Mm,
I don't know.
Yeah, yeah.
good
Bohachi
times, guys.
Bushido was one. I think. Have you seen that, Bob?
I haven't seen it, no.
I think that's my favorite one. Not to go on a tangent, but you'll see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Okay. I think that one's about samurais though, right?
it is
Not samurais. Or yeah, yeah. Okay.
it is, but
That's not too bad.
you'll see.
Hmm.
Mm, Japanese movies really go hard, I have to say. I would
Oh,
say
yes.
out of more than any other type of movie, Japanese movies, I'm always like, "Damn," like, They make
Yeah.
us look really, really, really
There's,
tame. They
Yeah.
there's,
yeah, there's no
like,
chill.
there's no chill.
I'm curious about it. I'm trying to read up about it more. I read a book that Jerry lent me about like the history of pink cinema.
Jasper
And
Sharp,
now
right?
I'm
Mm,
Yeah, now I'm reading a book on the introduction to Japanese New Wave cinema, and I'm just trying to figure out, like, okay, so what got their sensibilities there, you know? Like,
yeah.
yeah, it's interesting. And it's
Er
politics do play into it, you know? I think that's what I'm starting to pick up is like how much politics play into a lot of at least the early explorations of these things, you know? And then when they become a genre, people kind of figure out like, oh, well, we can make torture porn, do you know what I mean? But like the early exploration of these sort of transgressive this kind of transgressive content sometimes it usually does have like kind of like a political um context to it or subtext, yeah,
There
that
seems
would be
to
the
be
right word.
like at the core of them, like I mean, I you could go back like to some of the earlier stuff, like even in the late '50s, where it's not too carried away. But there's like misogyny seems to sit at the core of it a lot of
Mm,
mm,
times. How women are mistreated, especially in
yeah,
the Edo period. Like,
yeah,
it's just insane. Just as either prostitutes or, you know,
yeah,
whatever. I'm drawing blanks on some of the ways that they were used for royalty, but yeah, it's insane, man. Like
hmm,
wild, and like for canvases, I don't know, like with tattoos and
right, yeah,
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 like use them to
hmm,
like kind of show off a different tattoo artist's work, and it'll change the
yeah,
value of that woman depending on who tattooed her and stuff like that. It's
hmm,
kind of weird, man.
yeah, it's I mean it feels to me like something that I appreciate is being told and being depicted. I just think that obviously because it is so shocking, it leads to becoming like a tool to just titillate
Yeah,
the
yeah.
audience, you know?
There's no
So,
question. Like it definitely. I think. I mean, you can find material that has all that stuff without feeling like it's exploitation. But there's definitely a
right.
point where exploitation was the point. Like
Yeah,
we
yeah.
got there, right? Like you can start to see it happening in like the '70s, um, with a lot.
Which was the era
Yeah,
of the
yeah,
midnight
yeah.
movie of
So
when it really came to be.
yeah, so you see a lot of that, and it's funny to see how it evolved from kind of being more like, hey, we just want to tell you a story,
Mhm.
and it's more about exposing some dirty history, or like bringing to light stuff from
Yeah.
Japan's past, and now it's like reveling in it, like
Mhm.
which I have fun with some of those too, but some of them could get like there's some that I feel like it gets definitely gets in the way of my enjoyment,
Mm.
where I'm
mm,
like I don't want to watch a sexual assault scene for entertainment, like and I feel like
Yeah.
it gets it's shown that way, like I'm not it's like, are you trying to like excite me with this? Because it's,
Mm.
you know,
yeah.
so such
Yeah.
especially the pinky violence, pink film genre,
Mm.
stuff like that. But anyway, I'm way off from midnight movies.
Yeah, I mean, I was I was trying to think like a lot of that at least I guess like the more basic, I don't want to say basic, but like Japanese exploitation cinema trying to be shocking was probably a lot of times a way to compete with international films to hopefully get that
Sure,
play on a midnight movie screen,
sure,
right? So
yeah.
just trying to tie it back into
Bob will stop at nothing to make connections where there are none.
there, I would argue. I think that's okay. I'm
Everything's connected. Yeah.
in an Illuminati kind of way, right? So
Mhm,
yeah.
sure.
So
No,
someone
but
someone's watching Female Prisoner at midnight, Bob. Someone.
Yeah, but
Someone somewhere.
I think it was making me go to, like, I know a lot of the Italian horror films that were coming out, a lot of the Italian crime films were trying to kind of like compete with American films, so it's like up the ante, and I think that that was I mean, maybe this is like more leading towards like grindhouse cinema as opposed to midnight movies, but I think there must be sort of
Mm.
like an overlap
There's
there,
definitely got, yeah, I think there has to be, man. It feels like
Yeah.
there should be.
I mean, based on what I have read, it almost seems like grindhouse cinema was like, oh, let's take the midnight movie and just play those movies,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
play. You know what I mean?
yeah. I think a
So,
grindhouse. I think today we just call it grindhouse cinema, because those were
Yes.
movies that exhibit like an aesthetic that we come to recognize with grindhouse cinema. Like, um,
mm,
I think just on a technical level, right? It's just something that played at, like as a double feature, um, at a like cheap theater, late at
mm-hmm,
night, and that's it. Grindhouse, and it could be anything from a Rudy Ray Moore movie to some shitty horror movie that was like some low budget thing that's
mm-hmm.
just meant to, could be a exploitation movie too, I think. But yeah, yeah, I don't know where I was going with that, but yeah, Grindhouse. Yeah, I don't know if Grindhouse is a I don't know if Grindhouse is a genre, is what I'm trying to say.
Well, it was like the how would I put it? The site of the art,
Mhm.
like the grindhouse cinema, uh because it was all these like different theaters in New York
Yeah,
in the
yeah, that's
70s and
where I was.
80s,
Okay,
right?
yeah. So when you say
Yeah, and they were
cinema, you
all
meant
they'll
literally the cinema, the actually.
yeah,
Uh,
yeah, exactly.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what it's called. Yeah. And so I think that I mean it's sort of the same thing as like, as Amy was saying, like what is the genre of like a midnight movie? It's almost the same thing as saying like what is the genre of the grindhouse cinema?
right.
It's like when the site of like, projecting the film or whatever becomes the genre in itself. So Amy, it looked like you were gonna say something. I didn't.
No, I was just thinking of, like, what would it's more like define we're trying to define these categories so that you know what fits in them.
Hmm.
That's kind of what I feel like it's trying to do. Like, instead of saying, like, "What is this thing?" The question is, "What movies can be considered this thing?"
Hmm.
So that it's like, "Okay, well, this over here is a true midnight movie. This over here is a true grindhouse movie." Like, it's almost like you're, like, in search of what would be the benchmark, like, what would be the defining film that would kind of, like, create an umbrella that you could put things under it.
Yeah, I
Hmm.
agree. Like,
And it's hard to find
so,
that
like, yeah, I
definitive
agree with that. Like, if you
signature.
like, because that way, if you have uh this reference point, basically, is what
Exactly.
yeah. From there, you're like, okay, the closer we are to that, the easier it is to say it's a midnight film or it's a
Hmm.
Exactly.
grindhouse film or something like that.
Yeah, because if you put, like, David Lynch, as, like, midnight movie, if you think of, like, Eraserhead or Lost Highway
Hmm.
or even, Wild at Heart, his weird shit, then you could say, "Okay, what would go with these movies?" Or you could do Cronenberg or whatever it is that you wanna do
Hmm.
that helps to contextualize.
Yeah.
Because otherwise you're just like, it's all semantics.
Yeah. Yeah. That's true. Yeah.
It's easier for me to understand if there's certain movies
Yeah.
as opposed.
Well, when I was looking into it, the first film that was considered a midnight movie was El Topo, the
Oh,
Jodorowsky, which I knew, Amy. I know you're not a fan.
oh, man.
um,
That just proves that my endeavor was futile.
yeah,
Futile.
but when I was reading up more about it, like that is considered the first film that's a midnight movie,
Mm,
but
mhm,
technically, Invocation of My Demon Brother by Kenneth Anger was played at the Elgin Theater at
mm.
midnight previously. So prior to that,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
Are
That
you
makes sense.
guys at all familiar with Kenneth Anger?
Oh my God,
Yes.
yes, dude.
Okay.
Lucifer
Yeah.
Rising,
Well, so
unfortunately.
Invocation of My Demon Brother was essentially the first version of Lucifer Rising.
Yes.
And so I haven't seen it. I've only seen Lucifer Rising, but he scrapped a whole bunch of parts from that movie and then redid it. And that's what Lucifer Rising was, which I can tell from your reaction if you're not a fan.
And well, thank God it was short.
Yeah,
That
it's like
Lucifer
half hour
Rising's
long.
like half an hour.
Did you
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
the
So
Pleasure Dome?
I've never seen that. Is it Kenneth Anger
Yeah.
though?
Yeah. You wouldn't like it.
I am not good with weird.
Oh,
Okay.
Okay,
it's
guys.
Okay.
weird. Yeah,
Real,
it's weird.
no, that can't be true because weird is
Uh,
like such a broad term,
uh
you know.
I'm gonna say generally speaking,
Okay.
I'm not good with
Art house.
you know ma- uh, sort of like or like vibe stuff
Okay.
where it's like heavily there's not necessarily a straight narrative
Mm.
like with that you can follow like where you have like you could have a room with 5 people in it and everybody saw something else. I'm not good with that kind of
Oh,
incoherency
So,
okay. Huh.
like
yeah.
Bob is. Bob loves
What
incoherency.
what
I don't like to be
what's that
confused.
one
Mm.
Bob maybe you know where I think Philip Glass did the soundtrack for it and it was like
Oh,
Hoya Niscatsi or something like
yeah.
that.
I haven't seen that. I've been wanting to see it. I
Yeah.
love Philip Glass,
That fits
so
exactly what Amy is talking about. Like
okay.
Mm,
yeah.
You don't like that either, eh,
no.
Jerry?
No, 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 no. I live for it. I love it.
Oh,
Chair's like,
Yeah,
okay.
"No,
yeah,
I
yeah.
love it. It's
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
Amy over
Like
here."
Hmm.
Grass Labyrinth
Yeah.
is one of my all-time favorite movies. I can't oh, man, I can't believe I forgot the director. He did Farewell to the Ark, Throw Your Books, Rally in the Street,
Mm.
Boxer.
Yeah, you've mentioned him before.
I
I've never
can't
seen any
remember
of
his
his films.
yeah, yeah, he I can't remember his name right now, but yeah,
Yeah.
his Grass Labyrinth is a masterpiece. It's like
But that's very loose. There's
yeah,
like not really a
it's
straight
like
narrative. Okay.
narratively speaking, you're just like, what the hell
Okay.
Mm,
is happening
Huh.
here? But it's yeah,
exactly.
it's all in.
And and
Yep.
Amy, you don't like that kind of thing, yeah. But
No.
okay, I
I
don't.
like a lot of talking, Bob. I like a
That's
like
fine. Talking's
Yeah.
good.
dialogue heavy, scripty words.
You're like
Like
My Dinner with Andre.
no, I hate that. I you know what's sad is I never talk about like I hate being so negative about movies and this
I get it.
episode of your
Yeah.
show is just bringing it out.
Okay.
Bringing out the roasting. No, like Sweet Smell of Success, um, you know, Billy
Yeah.
Wilder, Ernest Lehman,
Yeah. I get it.
um,
Do
Yeah.
you like
Yeah.
the Before
like
series, like
I
Linklater?
do like the
Those are
Before
great.
series.
Yeah.
I like Before
Yeah.
Sunrise. I just saw that recently because I was doing a desire emphasis last month. But yes, something like that, Jerry, where I'm very I like wordy stuff. My favorite show is The West Wing, and that's
Mm,
Aaron Sorkin.
okay.
So
Oh,
I
okay.
like talky stuff
That's cool. That's cool.
more so than like
Well,
vibes.
I should point out that midnight movies aren't necessarily vibe movies, though, and
That's true.
I think that the midnight movie gave it was almost like giving permission for the vibe movie to like have what's the word I'm looking
Legitimacy or
for?
something to kind
Bad
of
writing.
No, it has like a platform.
Kid.
That's what I'm trying to say. The Vibe movie has a platform through the Midnight movie, right? But looking it up, it said that after El Topo, the next one would be Targets, which is by Peter Bogdanovich.
Peter
Yeah,
Bogdanovich.
I haven't seen it. I assume though that is kind of more of like a straight narrative film.
Mm.
Um,
I haven't seen it either, but I
oh,
know
okay,
what the movie poster looks like. So
okay.
I mean I know what you're talking about, but I haven't seen it.
And then beyond that we have Night of the Living Dead, which is
Oh, that's a classic.
yeah, that could be like a play if you think about it. It's so
Yep.
like talky and tight and
It's
structured.
staged. Yeah.
Yeah. Um, And then we have, Pink Flamingos, which is
Oh god,
talky, is tight, is like structured.
Jerry.
I think all of Waters' films could fall under this. It could be a midnight.
Maybe that should be the the definer,
Yeah.
Jerry. I mean, I my friend Mark, who has the Unwatchables
Mm.
podcast, he hated Pink
Yeah, I
Flamingos.
remember that. Yeah.
Yeah, and so I was like, "I will never watch this," and he was like, "Amy, do not."
You haven't
Like,
even
I
seen
would just
it?
no, he just described to me some of the things that happen in it, and I was like,
The
"Oh my
singing. Did he
gosh."
tell you
Right.
about the singing anus?
Yeah.
Yes. That's really all you have to
Uh,
say. I don't even need more info.
That's not really the worst thing that happens in it.
the chickens.
Um
Doesn't somebody eat, like
Someone eats poop.
mm,
yeah, that is yeah, wow.
Bob, how could you forget?
No, because to me the worst scene in it is Divine, like she plays like a mother and has a son, and she performs oral sex on him in a scene. And
Yeah,
that to
Oh
me
my
was like,
god.
that's the one that we don't want to.
yeah,
No, 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 no. I give me Divine eating shit. Sounds good.
yeah. It's pretty rough.
I don't want to see the other one. Yeah, yeah.
What is the point of these what is the point? What is it saying?
Nothing. I
Um,
think if you ask Waters, um, it's the point is just how far can I push? Like tastelessness is the point, and that's
Okay.
it. That's what
yeah.
drives every single one of his movies.
Just for the sake
It
of it though, or
literally
is
is
he
for the
trying to
sake of
say
it.
something?
Like I mean, even in the
Okay.
movie, the plot is two competing groups, like two families, basically saying
Hmm.
who's the most tasteless, disgusting family on earth. And
Yeah.
so there's one
Why?
scene. Have you seen it, Bob?
Oh yeah.
Okay, so there's one
Of
scene,
course
right?
Bob
So like
has.
they're so vile, right? They're so disgusting that
Hmm.
Mhm.
they actually coat um, the area that they're in their vile aura.
Yeah.
So they go to
Jeez.
someone's house, right? They break into the house of the family that they're competing with to be the most disgusting, and they're
Mm.
like, "I bet you
Ugh.
our aura or our vibe of vileness is stronger than theirs." So what they do is they go around the house and they start touching everything, having
Oh
sex,
yeah, 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 yeah.
having sex on the couch, just
Yeah.
being disgusting and doing everything like basically defiling their house.
Defiling.
So
Yeah.
they leave. When the other family comes in, right? Basically what
I'm
happens
so
is
afraid.
there's a clash of energy between their filthiness and the one that
Yeah.
was just there. So when they go to sit down and get comfortable, the couch like explodes and has a reaction. The like furniture like falls over, and they're like, "Oh my god, what happened?" It's like the house throws up. Like it has an
Mm.
allergic reaction to them now.
It's like biblical
Yeah,
proportions
because
of
it's
like
been coated, it's been tainted by the other people.
But
So
you have to understand though, Amy, like these are
ugh.
comedies. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Like he's doing it all in a way that's so intentionally campy and over the top that it's
Mm.
it's just hilarious.
yeah,
I mean, are you familiar at all with Divine, the
Yeah.
drag queen actor?
Yes. And of course Waters is,
Yeah, oh yeah, he's
notorious.
amazing. I mean, he is so integral to the midnight movie movement.
Mm.
Um,
Yeah.
there's a really good documentary. I don't know if I mentioned it to you before, but I think it's called Midnight Movie from the Margin to the Mainstream. And I watched a long time
A lot
ago.
of M's.
Yeah, oh yeah, yeah, alliteration.
Yeah.
But it does talk a lot about John Waters in it, how like he was the one kind of championing a lot of these films and getting people out to see them. And if it wasn't for
Mm.
him, raising the flag for Eraserhead, like it wouldn't have done as well. And so after seeing that, I was like, I have so much respect for this guy. Like this guy is amazing. And I've read a bunch of his books and seen most of his movies, and He
He
rules.
does love art. I mean,
Mhm.
he does have taste, I think, and I mean, it's even evident in, like, just the way he presents himself,
Mhm.
like, the way he dresses and his aesthetic. So it's just yeah, I'm glad that nobody made me watch it, though.
Yeah,
I would
I think I would have
say
had to draw the
I
line.
would say check out Hairspray.
I was gonna say, yeah, he has
Hairspray
stuff
is
that's
really good.
palatable that like anyone. My
Okay,
wife hates She okay. She loves John Waters, the artist.
the
She
person.
she gets a
Mm,
kick out of him, watches all his interviews. She hates his movies. Um,
right.
but she did like Hairspray.
Mhm.
She liked Crybaby.
Oh, yeah, with
Yep,
Johnny Depp,
Mhm.
and Serial Mom.
with
Yeah,
Kathleen
Serial Mom
Turner.
is worth checking out too.
So those
Yeah.
are three
I think
safe
that's
ones.
my wife's favorite one of his as well.
Yeah.
You guys' wives are real nice to be indulging you
Oh
guys
my
like
god.
that.
You have no idea.
Absolutely. They're yeah. They. I don't
Yeah.
deserve
Oh
my.
my
I don't deserve my
gosh.
wife. Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, this is clear. I'm glad you both recognize.
Oh, no, 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 yeah,
Yeah, I'll be
Yeah,
the
yeah.
first to say it. Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
That's some sacrifice right there.
Well,
But it's also kind of fun, you know?
yeah. It's a two-way road, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
But I don't want you to come away from this totally hating midnight movies, Amy. And so I think
Too late.
this is a good opportunity for you to like make your own mark in midnight
Mm,
movie history. And
uh-huh.
we were talking about this before, but what would be your ideal midnight movie?
Possession.
Oh, okay. That would be sweet.
Jerry, do you know what that is? Yeah.
Wait.
You hate it?
No,
Jerry's not
I love this.
reacting.
Oh,
Oh,
it's
oh,
incredible.
you
Yeah.
kind of had like you had a blank
Uh,
reaction
Wow.
there.
So
I was like, "Oh,
I
wait,
man,
so
when
maybe he hates that
you
you said
movie."
like
it, I'm
Possession,
just
Amy? Because that one is like it's pretty
Pos
ambiguous. It's kind of confusing.
Possession's a five-star film, Bob.
Oh, I would agree. You know what? Last
Yeah.
time I saw it in the theaters a few years ago on
Mm.
Halloween, and it was a really annoying experience because like people,
Yeah, I would never people laugh at the yeah, and
yeah,
it's serious, yeah. I would get really angry if people laughing at the subway scene or laughing
oh
at,
yeah.
it's just that's so wrong and just stupid
I
idiot.
tried to sorry, slight detour. I tried to see The Shining around Halloween recently in theaters because I'd never seen it in
Mm.
theaters, and people were laughing at that. And so my friend and I actually left after like 20 minutes or so. We're like, let's go home and watch the Blu-ray.
Yeah, I can't handle that, like, it
Mm.
almost feels like laughing at a funeral or something where it's like, this is kinda sacred,
Yeah,
I feel,
I've
and
definitely had
then
that.
and it makes you pissed off that people could be that wrong about something too,
Mm,
like, that you could so miss the point that you think this is funny,
mm,
um, because she's basically having a miscarriage in that scene, and
yeah.
they're, like, laughing, and anyways, but yes, I think that film is absolutely brilliant, and, I would pair that with, Fire Walk with Me,
Oh, nice.
because I love, um I love horror and that kind of level of intensity when it's mirroring trauma.
Mm,
Like, when there's something that's really evil going on or really, really emotionally painful, and
yeah.
then the externals are mirroring what's happening, like, in your soul,
Mm,
and it's, like, very, very dialed up.
mm.
To me, it's like, that's how that would feel.
Okay.
And then that's how that pain would look if it were personified. Like, Fire Walk with Me, obviously, she's going through something that's horrendous,
Yeah.
and then everything that you see is a reflection of how bad that would be
Mm,
internally. And then same with Possession, it's basically the ultimate breakup movie, divorce movie,
yeah.
in my opinion. Um, so it's like, how does it feel to be dumped?
Mm,
How would it feel if your wife left you and you're, like, going insane and you meet her lover and all this other stuff? There's just, like, so many layers of that, and I feel like it's just
and
genius.
yeah.
The
her
way it
lover
makes you
kicks his
feel.
ass too, man.
I know, Henrik, that guy is crazy. I love that guy, and I
Yeah.
love the way it's shot.
Oh, it's so
It's
good.
always, like moving,
Yeah.
and um the monster is crazy.
Totally.
Like,
Yeah.
I just yeah, I was floored by that, and I don't normally like stuff like that, and I've seen it more than
Yeah.
once. I
Yeah.
mean, I think it's brilliant.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
I
awesome.
really do.
A
Yeah.
lot.
No. No.
Some of
Yeah.
that. It's funny, like because Shozen Fukui was
Mm.
inspired by possession, uh,
Zulawski.
but
Yeah.
not narratively, like not like to the like layered kind of way that he extracted some deeper meaning. He just took
Mm.
he seemed to really love the vomiting.
The subway
Yeah,
scene.
the subway
The
scene that
Yeah.
subway scene.
kind of is reflected in
Yeah.
short film Caterpillar, Get It a Store, and Pinocchio, 964 Pinocchio.
Yeah. 964 Pinocchio, I feel like a lot of people that were mutual friends with Amy on Letterbox have
Mhm.
reviewed it recently. And a lot of
Mm.
people have not been feeling it. I would recommend if you're feeling adventurous and you want to check out uh
Mm.
something more interesting in the Japanese cyberpunk horror kind of vein. That's a good one to check
Wow,
out.
yeah.
But I mean, you got
Yeah.
to see Tetsuo the Iron
Yeah, I
Man
was gonna
first, I
say,
think, and then go from there.
where do I don't. Yeah, I have a
I
there's
see Predator
Tsukamoto.
behind you, and then Ghost
Mm.
in the Shell.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
and Creepshow.
Mm-hmm.
Classic.
Yeah, yeah.
Creepshow's a classic.
Over,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you could see.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
can see it.
Tsukamoto.
yeah, definitely.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
I would go with him. He's easier. His stuff's a little easier to digest, I think, compared to um, shows and stuff.
I almost wonder if you'd be into Tokyo Fist because there is a Lynchian kind of quality to it, and it's about
Mm.
boxing in a weird love triangle.
It's also a bit feminist
Um,
too.
Ooh. Oh,
you could
wow.
argue that,
I
yeah,
think it
yeah,
is.
yeah.
What year is this?
Uh, yeah,
96,
I
I
would say
think.
it's like 96, 97.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Okay.
his
And it's Japanese?
yeah, his films are pretty short. They're usually around 70 to 80 minutes long.
Oh,
That is the good
I
thing about
know,
horror films. They
yeah.
usually are very
I highly recommend. Um,
yeah, they're usually short.
Mm.
since you're a parent, um,
Yeah.
Kotoko.
Is that a director or
That's the
the name
name
of a
of
film?
Tsukamoto's film, Kotoko.
Mm.
I don't.
Mm.
Have you seen that one, Bob?
Yeah, I found it was great. It was just very
Rough.
heavy. Yeah,
Yeah, but
yeah.
it's
I
about a.
wouldn't say start with that
No, no,
one.
I don't need.
It's
No, no, don't. I wouldn't start with it, but it's definitely. What do you call that? When a mom has the the depression after like
oh,
Postpartum.
yeah.
postpartum, yeah.
Postpartum.
So there's a lot of that in there, like a lot of guilt that comes from a mother not feeling like she's able to provide properly for her child or take care of the child.
Mm,
She's got her own. It's a woman with like a mental illness, and it's
Mm.
this battle because she's like, I'm letting him down because I have to take care of this thing, and it's oh my god, oh my wife and I watched it, and I mean, we were just
Weeping.
tears. Yeah, by the end of it.
mm.
That's how I felt in that documentary. Have you ever seen Dear
No.
Zachary?
Yes, yes, yes. Ooh.
That is the saddest movie I've ever seen, and I was sobbing. Like,
Mm,
I've never had even close to a reaction as I had with Dear Zachary. So I think I understand
Hmm.
somewhat what you're saying, where it's just, like,
Yeah, and
yeah.
drenched.
it
God, that
fits the
movie's
whole
so
what you were
sad.
saying. Everything that she's this trauma that's happening inside manifests externally, and so you'll see
Mm,
like hallucinations, or she'll have the like start ruminating, or just thinking of the worst case scenario, where she feels helpless and can't,
mm.
it's something else. I loved it.
Mm.
I loved it.
It's a heavy one.
Jerry's like, "I was weeping my eyes out. I
Yeah.
I'll
loved
have
it."
So
10 out of 10.
this is the segue.
to.
Because we were talking
Sick.
about Amy's choice of a midnight movie to
Yes.
do somewhat of like a revenge on all the films that she was subjected to. And to some degree, I think a film that makes someone weep would be a good sort of like midnight movie revenge. You know what I mean? Like putting someone through that at midnight would be pretty rough. So that's my
Oh my
attempt at a
gosh.
segue into
Dear
asking.
Zachary, you mean?
Oh, I mean,
Like
if
the
you.
oh,
But what was your
you're
revenge
saying
film to take revenge on people?
so but it has to also qualify as a midnight movie, right? Or does it?
Well, we kind of determined that it's a loose term.
Term?
This is a
Well,
new
one
genre, the watch revenge genre that we're creating.
the
Yeah,
raw
I like it.
how do you want to how do you want to punish the people who have
Yeah.
punished you
Yeah,
with a film? How do cinematic retribution?
yeah.
Um uh one movie that I absolutely can't stand, and I would like if I had an enemy in this life, I would make them watch it,
Okay.
is Climax. Have you guys ever heard of it's Gasper? Bob is leaving.
Sorry.
You know, Bob and I used to be friends, and it's over, and I will never be invited back.
Wait, wait, wait.
Do you love that movie, Bob?
Saw in theaters. Own the Blu-ray. Actually, we had my wife and I had like a small New
Man.
Year's Eve get together, and we tried to watch it at like 1 in the morning, and then people are like, "No, no, no, we need to pay attention and turn it off." Blah blah
Which
blah.
one? Which one
But
was it? I'm sorry.
Climax, the Gaspar
Climax.
Noé film.
Oh my god!
Well, okay. I should. I mean, I'm a.
I don't know what side Jerry's on, but I feel that it's not
It's
my
not. I'm
side.
sorry, Amy. That's
Yeah,
probably
I
one
knew
of
it.
my all-time favorite Gaspar movies. Like
It's up there for me of
that and
his.
Enter the
Yeah.
Void are my like top two.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah.
This is a good lesson for all of you out there who have a podcast to maybe go over these things before you hit record so that you're not completely landslided
Oh well,
during.
it's all friendly here, and
Yeah. Okay. Well, I said the one movie that you both are like, I love that movie as my punishment film. So I couldn't even punish you two with
No.
this
oh,
film.
I
You'd
I would
know.
enjoy
I
it the
would
whole
definitely
time.
pretend I was being punished so I could watch it
Yeah,
again, but yeah.
I mean,
God, I can't stand Climax. Oh my
Gaspar
gosh.
Noé. Also,
Mm.
the dance music in it is phenomenal, and the dance
That
sequences are
opening
phenomenal.
choreography, dude.
Oh my
Oh.
god, yes.
I am in the wrong place right now.
Do you not like dancing or dance music, Amy?
Or cocaine? Come
Whoa, whoa,
on.
whoa, whoa. We do not party like that, Jerry and I. We're good
Oh, sure.
boys.
Yeah, on the air. Yeah, no, I just couldn't stand it. I was so, like, sensory overload, overwhelmed, bored even.
Hmm.
Like, it went from one end of being, like, too much to, like, totally numb. When is this over? I wish I were dead.
Wow.
Spectrum.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Le Let me think of another one that you guys are gonna
Yeah,
love.
torture. Think of us specifically now. I think that's what we should have said. Like,
That's
how would you
my
torture us?
headspace.
Like, we're both just like these, like hee kids,
See,
you know?
you know what? I have to take my brain and think, "Okay, what is the opposite of what would torture me?" Is
Yeah.
probably
Oh
what would
yeah.
torture you.
I'm sorry. I didn't phrase it properly. I led you astray.
Mm, no,
I led you to sing climax because I wanted you to.
uh, it'd probably have to be something really, what did you tell me, Bob? There was something that you said where I was like, "What would you hate?" And you told me something that you were like, it was just awful. Was it a Marvel movie or something like that? Where you were just like, like or maybe I asked Jetta this question. I
Hmm.
think I actually asked Jetta this recently where I was like, "What's something that you would not do?" And she was like, "Justice League."
Oh.
And I was like, "Okay, well,
Oh. Okay.
that wouldn't even occur to me to plague on someone."
Hmm.
Um, I don't know what you guys wouldn't
There's very
like.
I'll be honest,
Uh,
there's almost like
I mean,
Yeah.
not
I
much.
like
like
a lot of
probably
stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think
like a Netflix movie or like a,
it
Yeah.
would have to
like
be
a
something that is
A
Yeah, like
rom-com?
I think
Yeah.
anything that doesn't have like does it just go for it. So like if it's just like kind of tepid, you know?
Yeah.
Mhm.
I can appreciate that.
Yeah, just some I'm like,
Or like a musical? Would you guys be tortured if you had to watch, like,
no.
Rent
I've
or
seen the live version of it. It had some good songs, you know.
Yeah,
I was
no,
okay with that.
I
okay,
love musicals, so it wouldn't.
okay, what about, like, anime?
I love them.
I'm not an anime fan,
Okay.
but I like the Studio Ghibli stuff,
Yeah,
you
I
know.
grew up with anime, so
Mm.
Okay, I'm trying to think of a
it would have to
genre
be
that would be
honestly
like
something like God's Not Dead, maybe would be like,
What is that?
now we're back to Kirk Cameron
Oh,
level,
okay.
yeah,
Hmm.
territory. You're probably not alone in
yeah.
that, Jerry.
Hmm.
Uh, I'm gonna say if I wanted to torture Bob at this juncture, which,
You
let's be
definitely
honest,
want to.
uh, I would probably make you do, like, some incredibly vapid, stupid, romantic sort of movie,
Eat,
like,
love,
I
where
pray or
don't hate
something.
it's just like
love. What's that?
Eat, love, pray or something like that.
Yeah, that
or
might be the one.
like, really cheesy,
Okay.
like, predictable, like, he's just not that into you, something like
Okay.
that, where it's just like, um, really bad acting, really bad writing, and
Hmm.
just has no
Amityville
point.
Vanishing Point. That's what I would pick for anyone.
Okay.
If
I don't know
Oh,
it.
go if
I don't
you
know
I
it.
don't know if you can while you're on this, but you should look up my review for that like
Okay.
right away.
I'll look it up. I'll look
Listen,
it up after.
listen,
Yeah,
it was me and Tears in the Rain, right? We had
yeah. Hmm.
this kind of
Mm,
like I don't know what you would call it, but we were just playing this kind of game where I was like, all right, recommend me like what we're doing now, something that would
Yeah.
kill me, and
Okay.
I'll do the same to you. And I think for him,
you guys are so fun.
I recommended The Misty Green Sky. So look that one up. And then he
Okay.
recommended to me
Wow,
Amityville Vanishing Point. And
Okay.
it was a double KO. No, it was we both
what a
we both
title.
apologized
Yeah,
to each other after like I'm
Wow.
like, holy shit, that was bad, man.
Yeah.
Like, geez, why did I sit through this and write a review
it's
for
almost
it?
like a
But
it's like a true test of friendship, Jerry. If somebody can really make you, like, hate something, they really
yeah,
know you. I feel like that's almost more impressive than, like, someone showing you something that they know you
I
love.
would have to agree.
If somebody can make yeah, if they can give you something that you truly
Hmm.
despise, then that means they know you very
Yeah,
well,
he
'cause that's
knows the
harder to
weak point.
do.
What does that say about me when I feel like I could give so many people those movies?
Well, Bob, whoever can do that for you is your best friend,
Who can
okay?
tell me a movie that I would
Who
hate?
Yes, whoever can do that for you is your BFF,
Okay.
that person, wherever they may be. Yes. I think that's because it'd be hard to find something that you would just, like, outright
Yeah.
just
We
You know, my
despise
most
or
hated
detest.
movie, at least growing up, was Gladiator.
okay.
Wow, that's so
Yeah,
random.
Is it?
it is does kind of feel a
Why did
little
you hate
random.
that?
Like,
Yeah,
Really?
it's like Ridley Scott.
I don't I'm
What's wrong with it?
uh so in high school, my friends and I used to, we would have a little drink or two, and then we throw a
Oh,
movie on and they would always want to throw on Gladiator, and I remember just
mm.
hating it, being like, everything about this is so offensively annoying to me. I don't know, I just couldn't stand it. And then they would all fall asleep, and then I would turn it off halfway.
let me
Be
ask you.
like, okay,
So,
everyone.
not. I'm sorry to interrupt you, man.
No, no, no. That
I'm
was
just
pretty
curious.
legit.
Like, so,
Yeah.
like a movie, like let's say, like Maverick,
What's Maverick?
Top Gun.
Top Gun?
Oh, I
Top
haven't
Gun.
seen it.
Okay, I'm curious
Mhm.
Yeah.
how you know.
Yeah, I don't it doesn't really appeal to me, to be honest, but I do want to see it at some point. Um yeah, I need to see the first one again. Or I think I saw it as a kid and don't remember it. Ah, planes. I get it.
Puppets,
Yeah. Okay, wait,
planes,
wait, wait. If the puppets
mm,
were flying the planes, Now we're talking. And then their heads explode.
I just want everyone to know that it's 11 PM,
Okay,
and
I'm sorry.
the more that the more we get into the recesses of Bob's mind, it's gonna get real late real
Yeah.
quick, because we're gonna be
The harder
Well,
who
Jim can
okay.
knows what
fall
we will
asleep is what's
uncover.
going to happen.
I
Yeah,
just want to
Jerry's gonna
ask you
collapse.
guys an honest question. If
Go
if
for it.
someone said, "Hey, like a very trustworthy friend, not me, someone that you really
Mm.
trust, like one of your,
Not Bob.
not me, you're just someone who's like, oh man, they recommended this killer movie to me last week. It was like some like film noir from like 1973 that blew my mind, you know." And then they come up to you and then they're like, okay, I saw another movie. I promise you it's so good. They're like, well, okay, what is it about? They're like, okay, it's a puppet flying a plane and then their head explodes.
Yeah.
It's so good. Wouldn't you be like, okay, I'm going to check that out?
I would be like, "Okay, I'm gonna call my friend Bob and tell him to watch this." That would be my
It would,
reaction,
your friend pulls off the mask and it's me.
and it's you.
Yeah, that's amazing.
I swear,
What am I doing
I
here?
watch smart movies. I do. I swear I do. I watch movies. I
Mm,
watch
sure.
political films, historical
Mm,
films. I told you I'm reading a book on the
mm.
Japanese New Wave cinema. It's talking a lot about stuff that I am too tired to recall at this time. It's some
Conveniently.
conveniently. I can pull out the book. There's words in there. I'm grasping them. I'm getting a
Multiple.
lot of historical information and it's really enriching my knowledge, my
Not
understanding.
sure who he's trying to convince here, but
Well,
uh-huh,
if you haven't noticed, I've been looking into the camera at myself. I'm just like, what am I doing with my life? So, Jerry,
Yeah.
what's your favorite midnight movie since we do have to wrap this up?
Okay, it's Forbidden Zone, and it was done by Danny Elfman's brother. What's his name? Robert Elfman?
Richard
Richard
Elfman?
Elfman. Thank you. Yeah. Um, and the thing with that is he like spent like his whole life savings making this movie, and even put his house up, like mortgaged his house. Yeah,
wow.
and it made no money, and he lost everything. Um,
Wow, Jerry, thank you for
That's a
that.
bummer.
That's an
yeah.
honor.
Can you at least get it on Blu-ray?
Yes. So I said
Oh.
in my review of it, I was like, he lost everything. I said, making this, but for me, it was worth it. Um,
Hmm.
it's
Mm.
a movie about. Oh yeah, that's tough. I don't know what it's about.
Jerry's like, "I don't know
I
what it's
really
about,
don't.
but it's
Sounds
my
like Nightmare
favorite."
Weekend.
So someone is transported to the sixth dimension through someone's rectum, and
Oh, what?
Oh
yeah, so
gosh.
basically they're like
Jerry,
you're shit out into the sixth dimension, um, and then in there
on
is
the
like
13th floor.
the queen of the sixth dimension, who she like wears. You know what? It's too late. I just can't. I wish I would have
Okay.
tackled this
We just
earlier.
Jerry, you just need to sell it like it just
There's a
everybody just needs to
giant
watch it.
frog
I'm
in
You
it.
already
can't
Giant
describe
sold. Like, what are
frog.
you talking
Yeah,
about?
this is like a frog that
Bob
wears a
needs no
tuxedo.
persuasion.
There's a gorilla, a battle against a gorilla.
Sounds
Um,
great. Yeah, I'm getting
Okay.
the Blu-ray. Can I get it
Yeah.
on Amazon?
yeah, there's it
Okay,
has both
I'm ordering it right now.
the black and white version. Now listen,
I don't want that.
trigger warning. This movie
Oh,
is
Oh god.
wildly offensive. I mean, I don't know what possessed this guy. Like, but there's just so you know, going into it, it's transphobic, homophobic, racist. It's like
Jerry, why do you like this
it's
movie? What do you like about it?
yeah. I mean,
it's there's a part where someone has blackface, where they're doing blackface.
oh no, no, no,
Do
no.
you just
It's it's
do you just
ap-
respect the fact that the guy like went
no,
all
no, no.
out
It's
or what is
absolutely
it?
despicable. I don't know why.
This is this
I
is
don't.
really making my puppet flying a plane movie sound
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
pretty wholesome.
No, it isn't. No, it isn't, Bob.
No, yeah.
Okay.
This is an
Nothing
absolute.
can
Did I
do that.
mention Kirk Cameron's gonna play the
I
puppet?
I think I'm just like intrigued. I don't know. I think there's something like it's an artifact like a cinematic artifact,
Okay.
and that's it. I'm like, what possessed you, man, to like give up your whole, like,
Mm.
your living, your well-being to make a piece of shit like this?
Oh,
Is
it's
there an
bad.
answer to this
No,
question?
okay. I don't want to say it's good, but
But
I
you love
love
it,
it.
Jerry. I'm
I
so
love it.
confused.
Um, I don't know why.
I think you love it on principle, like you respect the
I
filmmaker.
guess I don't know.
Like,
Okay, aesthetically, I love what he did there. It's like a DIY film with a
oh,
big budget, if that makes sense. Um,
Okay.
so and it's got
wow.
Danny Elfman in it playing the devil, which is pretty cool. Um,
Okay. I can fuck with that.
yeah,
Wow.
it's
Bob's
just
already
weird. I
ordered.
could do without
Can't
all the.
cancel it after.
I wish it didn't
I'm
have.
ordering this movie and you're like, this blackface. I'm like, oh,
Yeah,
trying to cancel. I
I
can't.
It'll be
wish
there.
it
The
didn't
Amazon
have.
driver's outside.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you can actually buy a
Yeah,
copy
I
of
was
it,
about to say.
Bob, without the blackface in it.
Okay. Sweet.
If there's like it got re-released, and I think they changed that and now put someone like a clown face or something, like digitally.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
So, but it doesn't. There's still all the other stuff. Yeah.
Oh.
Jerry, next time you guys need to have like a psychoanalysis of where you're at because that's more
Okay.
interesting than hearing about this
Yeah.
film. We got to figure out what is in Jerry's mind that would draw
You know
him to
what's
such
funny?
a
My
big.
sister recommended this. So let me just say the experience. Remember we said we wanted to say the experience for
Oh yeah. Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
So
Oh, okay.
I had just finished watching some stupid soulless piece of shit movie with Helen Hunt, and I can't remember what it was. I think she was like a cougar or something. I don't know. And I was
What?
ready to go to bed. I was pissed off, and my sister
Wow.
sent me a message, and she's like, "Hey, this looks like something you would like." And I'm like, "What is it?" And she's like, "It's something called Forbidden Zones on Amazon." I was like, "All right, let's watch
Oh my gosh.
it."
Your
So
poor
she
sister.
starts
She's like, "Oh,
watching
this
it.
is weird. My
Well,
brother
she's
would love
watching
it."
it with me, and I'm
Uh-huh.
like, I'm like drenched in sweat because I'm so embarrassed watching this thing with her. And
Oh,
and
Jerry.
and then finally she's just like, "Oh, bro, I'm so sorry I recommended this to you." And she looks at me. I've got a big smile on my face, and
Oh
she's
my
like, "You know
god.
what?
And
Just
you're like, "I
just
love this
watch it.
movie."
Let me know how it is." And she bowed out. But yeah, she's the one that introduced me to it, and
Man.
I want to say I'm grateful. I don't know.
This is the weirdest sales pitch I have
Yeah.
ever heard
I
in
don't know
my
what to say.
life.
I
I
can't
I
recommend the movie at all. And I think I say that in my
and
review.
yet
I can't. In good conscience, I can't recommend this movie. If you watch it, you found it because you knew this was the movie you had to watch. You know what I mean? Like it's just something
Okay.
you were
wow.
curiosity, kind of thing,
Destiny.
and morbid curiosity.
Yeah.
And yeah, I had no
Mm.
shortage of that. Now today, I can't watch a movie like this.
Okay.
Yeah, this was old
You've
me.
changed.
Like, and I've had these conversations
Mm.
with Bob. Like, things have changed with what my threshold is for this kind of stuff.
Mm.
Um,
Mm.
so it's really hard to watch films that are just like, shamelessly um, uh, offensive like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Okay.
What a journey this conversation
yeah,
has been.
yeah. It's
I will just
Yeah.
give a very quick answer.
Go ahead, Bob. Your turn.
Favorite midnight
Yes.
movie, and I did watch it in a theater at midnight. Demons.
You know what?
Chicken butt.
8-Bit?
Yep.
Okay. 8-Bit told me that if he had come on my show, like if he had gone and guested on my
Yeah.
show, he would have picked
Yeah.
Demons.
It takes place in a movie theater. So seeing it in a movie theater was
Ooh,
just at midnight was just like
And they're watching
surreal.
amazing.
demons in the
Yes.
movie.
Yeah.
So you're in the theater watching demons, and they're watching demons in the theater.
Yeah. I've also seen Anguish in a
Mm.
theater, but that wasn't at midnight.
Don't say anything about that, Bob. That's a spoiler.
What's
Don't talk
Oh,
anguish?
about
you've seen
Anguish.
Anguish. Okay. Right? So
Yeah, but I
Jerry,
would never
if you
ruin
haven't
that for
seen Anguish,
somebody.
then forget I said anything.
Don't say anything. Don't
Why
think
do I
about
know
anything
that
right
one?
now,
Is
Jerry.
that the home
Don't think
invasion?
about anything.
No. Yeah,
Yes,
oh
it
yeah,
is. Shh.
it's
Bob,
stars
Bob,
Macaulay
just
Culkin.
Okay. Joe. Oh yeah, with Joe Pesci.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
All
yes.
right, I'll get my kids for that one. Anguish,
Do it.
guys. We'll watch Anguish next family movie night.
Oh
Yeah.
man.
Okay. We should wrap this up because it's
Yes,
getting late, and
it's quite late for
I
those of
wake
you
up
who are
at
listening.
3:30 for work. So
I
actually, no,
wake
I
up at
don't.
6.
I wake up at
I
6.
do.
Yeah.
I work from home tomorrow, so
Yes,
I'm
6
good.
o'clock. Jerry, you're not
One
in this
more
conversation right now,
hour.
okay?
You know, I've
Okay.
been drinking from this. There's
Okay.
nothing in it. There's like I've been the whole
Just
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 this. It's
because it looks
all
cool.
for yeah.
It's all for show.
Yeah. Okay.
Mm. Are you really, Jerry? Sorry. Go ahead. Go
Oh
ahead,
no,
Bob.
I just was gonna say it's been a real
Mhm.
pleasure. It's also partly been a great way to pitch my Puppets Flying Planes movie. So thank you for helping me flesh that out.
I regret everything.
What is everything?
Forbidden Zone, kids.
This
Watch it.
Right?
Forbidden
Forbidden
Zone.
Zone.
We have a lot of good takeaways from this
Yeah.
episode of what not to do and what not to
But
watch.
we have some more takeaways coming in the form of Amy's plugs. So Amy, plug yourself away.
Yes.
Oh, I don't even know how to do that. Watch This List is the name of my podcast. Look it up. Watch it if you can, even though Bob used to listen to it. And the word watch is literally in the title. Okay. So this is designed to be viewed. You can listen to it if you're on your way to work. I don't want you to like watch YouTube on your phone, even though people do that all the time. Um, but yeah, it's a cool, fun thing where I get to meet my letterbox friends, like Bob over here, and now I've met Jerry.
He's Brundlefly. I'm Bob.
Brundlefly, yeah. You're just you and I just have our normal names as our handles, I'm pretty sure, right? Or
Yep.
no. Mine is just my name.
Bob
But
McCulley.
yeah, it's kind
I
of
don't want I
boring,
don't want
really.
my coworkers finding me on Letterbox.
Oh, you're one of
Yeah.
those people. Mm.
Oh.
Not that your coworkers would even know what Letterboxd is. Whose coworkers know
We
what
have someone
Letterboxd
there
is? I feel
that
like that's
works
a
with
stretch.
me that is a huge letterbox person that's starting to bring everyone in. Um,
Oh.
yeah.
Oh,
So I'm like, yeah, just eh.
you want to be on the
Yeah.
down low.
I like the separation there.
You know what, Jerry? It just occurred to me. I guess The Fly would not be a
Mm-mm.
midnight movie, right? Because I was about to say, I'm surprised that you did not somehow bring that into this conversation at some point because you're
Obsessed.
obsessed.
Oh my god. There's no more perfect a film. Oh my.
It's wonderful, yeah.
See? No, yeah, and I didn't even I was like, there's got to be a way that he's gonna bring
Well,
that
you
into
just did it
this,
for
but
me, so
I'm
that's
the one who did it.
yeah.
I
I
just did it
appreciate
for
it.
you.
Thank you,
You're
Amy.
welcome. Bob, what is your finishing line? How do you end the podcast?
Bye bye.
Bye bye.
And
Okay.
then
uh
his finger
I think
awkwardly. Boop.
just like let it be. Go.
This is why I have my see you at the movies line, because otherwise if you don't have like something that you're moving towards, you have no idea how to end it. So every episode I say, thank you for being on, see you at the movies, because then that's the clear cut. But if you don't have something, it's very hard to like just sort of, you know what I
See you
mean?
on 13th floor.
You've been
True.
listening to Ravings from the 13th Floor. Sayonara.
I like Jerry's. See you on the
He
13th
said
floor.
sayonara.
See you on
Maybe
the
on the
13th
See
when we
floor.
cover some Japanese films, you can end it that.
Okay.
Or you could say sayonara from
Yeah.
the 13th
Here's
floor. Like goodbye from the
new
13th
movie
floor.
idea. Then we go.
Okay.
The idea is that it's three podcast hosts stuck on a podcast episode recording because they can't figure out how to end it.
That is real
That
life.
is real life.
I mean, it's an hour and 22 minutes. This is already a feature length film, so just release this.
Okay.
We're good.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to do a lot of
Goodbye.
editing. I swear.
Have fun.
Sure
bud.
you are.
This will be coming out next year. Okay. Have a good night. Oh, wait, I have to end
Bye.
session for all.
Yeah.